all virtue, you have to find the balance between the extremes. And there is this healthy balance of guilt that makes you the best person you can be.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Can you talk about it more? I
let's talk.
I don't know. This whole poem is such an art piece in itself. But I mean, it describes, like a lot of her poems do, a very real picture of self-actualization and process of learning how your emotions work and learning who you are spiritually and emotionally. And I think a lot of people struggle with guilt, struggle with an excess of guilt. And it does paralyze a lot of people. And this poem doesn't tell you to shove it down in a different way. It tells you basically to look at it in a different way. It kind of, with these characters, Beauty and Strong and Guilty, they all together kind of realize that they're almost all kind of one and the same, right? Like, yeah, you helped me through the darkness despite all odds, I'd say.
Who's talking to whom? I'm sorry.
That's Beauty, I think.
Okay. Beauty and Strong are talking to Guilty, which means
Guilty,
yes.
Yeah. You helped me through the darkness despite all odds, I'd say. Helped me to find my own strength. I still remain that way. You helped me and many others. I tried to tell you that, but you remember your faults. Your goodness you forget. I grabbed my dictionary. I thanked them and took a pen. I crossed out all the guilty words and proudly wrote my new names. Beauty, strength, forgiveness, compassion, freedom, choice, peace, wholeness, new existence, confidence, joy. And finally on the last page, the last guilty crossed out. But now, what really was my old name? What name? Where to find it? How? Intrigued by that, I puzzled. But then, suddenly near, I heard a voice. Liliana, wake up. Your train is here.
Your train is here.
Awakened from my daydream and filled with joy around that my own name existed with a whole new joyous sound.
Wow.
This is such, like, I had, like, actually, I was fighting tears, honestly, reading this.
What?
I don't cry. I was fighting tears reading this, and I don't cry that
wow.
often. Like, yeah, like it's like I felt that level of guilt to where my own identity feels effaced. Your own identity starts to fade away because of that guilt. Like, that's the thing. So many people, I feel like I've heard of that before. It's like, I feel like that's how, like, suicides start to happen. You know, I feel like that's when suicide contemplation happens. It's like, you're not even, your guilt just takes over yourself so strongly that your own identity starts to fade away and wither, get weak. And really, it's just because you're looking at the wrong things. You just had to cross out the guilty words and look at the positive ones, because the positive ones are there all along. If you're a guilty person, you're going to be a good person and you're going to do good deeds for people because you're going to feel too guilty not to, you know? So, yeah, like, it's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, like, it's funny, I just, like, read this read this poem because I was just like, I should probably know what I'm talking about before interview, and then, like, by the end of it, I'm just like, what the hell?
It's, like, so amazing for me as a mother, because this is the first time I'm sharing something with you from this 2001 years ago, that you guys never saw that part of me. You know, you always So I was the mother, I was a strong pillar. I mean, I was always allowing myself to be vulnerable with
Yeah.
you, but it's so amazing to me to actually see how not only you get the story that I wrote, the story in here,
Mhm.
but you actually, it's so amazing to me, you can apply it to yourself. That's amazing to me, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's like this book is so good. This book is amazing. I can't wait for this book to come out.
Don't be afraid of your guilt. Don't be afraid of your guilt. Emotion is a thing. It exists. If we try to numb emotions with distraction, overeating, drinking, partying, watching TV, we are delaying a possibility of a beautiful relationship that can be created and a beautiful flower that can grow out of that relationship.